Hey everybody, welcome back. And I kind of finally want to talk about Doctor Who. Doctor Who's not a show that I know a whole ton about. I do know some of the basic premise, the lore, a lot of the controversy going on, but it's something that I've just kind of stay away from because I'm just not super familiar with all the ins and outs and the details like a lot of the hardcore fans are. But I'm aware of the controversies, and that's pretty much what we're going to cover right now. So this article here from Fandom Pulse, good buddy of mine, John Delarose, he points out that pretty much everybody was unhappy with the Christmas special. Based on the previews, the trailers we were seeing for it, there's a lot of controversial stuff about this show, and we'll get into it in a minute. Most of it being that they are not just dipping their toe into like the woke leftism, but they're going like whole hog into it. Part of it being the casting of Nkuti Gatwa as the Doctor, who is normally played by a white British man, and then they switched it to Jodie Whittaker at one point, a woman. And now they are going from David Tennant, one of the more recent, well-liked doctors, and switching it to this guy, Nkuti Gatwa, who's born, I can't remember what country he was born in, but he's lived in Ireland most of his life, but not technically Irish. That's one of those debatable things. I'm not going to get into that on this episode here, just we're going to move past that. So there was this trailer that came out for their Christmas special. It looked terrible. They have these little goblins singing around or dancing around and singing about how they're going to eat a baby. They have this giant goblin king that they're going to feed it to. The song was really cringy. It was really disturbing. For a Christmas special, at least, I think it was kind of weird. I'm not entirely opposed to this kind of stuff. I mean, look, monsters eating babies, that's kind of normal shtick, if you will, when it comes to like sci-fi fantasy shows. I don't think that was so much the issue as it was the fact that it was a Christmas special. I don't know. But the song itself was really cringy, really ridiculous. The ratings have gotten really bad now for the show. And basically, the response to the backlash to the casting of this actor as Doctor Who, to the people who didn't like the Christmas special, is that basically, oh, you're a racist. This Newsweek article here points out, has actually a screen grab of Master of the TDS on Twitter, saying David Tennant is the Doctor and Nkuti Gatwa is Nkuti Gatwa. Funny thing is, he got 1 million impressions on this tweet alone. Brilliant. People were freaking out. I don't know how he puts up with it, but kudos to him for sticking it out. So this article goes on to say that basically anybody who has a problem with this actor, it's entirely about race. It has nothing to do with the show. It has nothing to do with the quality. It has nothing to do with the messaging. It is purely about the actor. Now, there's a lot of things they've done in this show, in this special, that have been very different from the past, versions of Doctor Who. Especially where they have actually gone from just having, okay, well, we're going to interject some diversity, some inclusion, blah, 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 to where now they have, I don't know if I have the article here or not. Let me see if I have a picture of her. Well, it doesn't matter. Long story short, they have included a lot of the transgender ideology. They have this actor, they, them, I don't know. I think it was a man that transitioned to a woman. That the entire premise was everyone saying how beautiful they are and how they're just the best daughter ever. And it's like, yeah, clearly this is them pushing a message. And remember, this show is produced, it's funded by the BBC, partially by Disney now, which is why a lot of this has gotten even worse than it was before. And they've actually found in a study that the BBC is actually pushing wokeness way more than they're supposed to be. Because again, they're supposed to be impartial, they're supposed to be taxpayer funded over in the UK, and it's supposed to present a wide, diverse variety of opinions, and really all they're doubling down on is the wokeness, on the LGBTQIA plus agenda, pushing on all this ideology out there. And they deny it, of course. They're just their article, or their response here to their article says, cherry-picking a handful of examples or highlighting genuine mistakes in thousands of hours of output does not constitute analysis and is not a true representation of BBC content. We are proud that our output seeks to represent all audiences and a range of stories and perspectives. Across the entirety of our services, there will, of course, be occasions when people disagree with or want to challenge what they have watched or heard, and we have publicized routes for them to do that. Yeah, it's called People Are Tuning Out. And so now what we have, as of today, an article from That Park Place, basically saying that the actress Millie Gibson, who is playing the companion to the Doctor, because I guess they always have like a companion character, is saying how they are going to continue to push this agenda even harder, and that the show is aiming to court Gen Z viewers. You know, that reliable audience that doesn't show up for these shows. Gen Z is, like, honest to God, one of the worst audience brackets you can try to cater to. And I'm not saying it's a negative about Gen Z. They just don't turn up for these shows. Gen Z was like the biggest drop-off for Captain Marvel. They did not show up for that movie in theaters. So here you have Millie Gibson speaking with The Independent, sharing her belief that the new show will attract a lot of Gen Z viewers since the season will go with the times and represent a lot of faces and themes that are really important to see on television. I mean, really important to see in quotes, because honest to God, the whole idea that representation matters, it doesn't put asses in the seats. It just doesn't. That's a legitimate fact. To that point, she also detailed there's so many more controversial elements to this season, the good sort of controversy, and it's what we need to see on our tellies. The good kind of controversy, I love that. Gibson even admitted that many viewers will be put off by the show. Some people might think, this isn't the Doctor Who I know, but I'm really excited to see it. It's really cool that they're doing concepts like these and changing it up. So this isn't your grandma's Doctor Who, just be warned about that. Okay, so this article goes on to talk about the whole beautiful daughter aspect of the transgender actor, yeah. Says actor Nakuti Gatwa, who plays the new Doctor, also confirmed the show will be very leftist. As reported by the Daily Mail, he said, "As I say, I live in a very leftist, liberal bubble. And in fact, there's a really great episode coming up next year where we lean into that." He also confirmed the show would discuss his race. Yes, definitely, it would be stupid if we didn't. He then confirmed his own prejudice against white people by adding, "The Doctor has always walked into unknown situations and taken charge with authority. Historically, there's only one demographic of people that are able to do that. And it's certainly not a woman, and it's certainly not someone black. Thank God things are changing." I mean, unreal. It's like, it's mask off at this point. White man bad, women and minorities good, time to flip everything on its head. And yet again, they don't come up with an original character. They just go, well, we've had a white doctor for 60 years. We had a woman the last time. Let's just completely say, screw it. Let's get a guy that's, from a different country, raised in Ireland, who wears dresses, he's gay, he's non-binary, whatever his deal is. It's unreal. Well, there you have it, guys. I mean, for anybody who was a longtime Doctor Who fan or a recent fan, I don't know. Does this do it for you? For me, personally, this would not get me to start watching the show. I have no use for this. But let me know what you think down below, and I will see you guys on the next one. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching the video. We do have 2 channels, one for daily uploads, the other one for more of my live streams and hot takes. Links to both are down below, as well as the ability to join as a channel member for as little as $3 a month, and that'll greatly help us out. Much appreciated. We also have links to our Etsy accounts down below, as well as our website. We also have Locals and Subscribestar. If you didn't want to support us on YouTube, you can support us through those. Thanks again for being here, and we will see you on the next one.